going on in this game. Early goal. Origi!
Welcome. This is a short episode. I'm testing out some new equipment, so forgive me if any part or all of this is shitty. I'm just going to blame it on that. I want to talk about the possibility of not only signing Jude Bellingham, but Mason Mount, Matheus Nunes, Gavi, and Enzo Le Fee. If you haven't heard some of these names, or you wonder how the hell I got to this point, it's okay. I'll break it down. All of this is dependent on whether or not Liverpool actually have this £200 million war chest. So they've already put in, we'll start with the big name, Jude Bellingham. They've already put in supposedly a £97 million bid, which equates to about 110 million euros. And all along people have been saying that Jude should cost about 120 million euros. That's not that off, considering the amount of hype, the amount of drama, the back and forth, the Manchester City is going to be Real Madrid. If a £97 million bid has been put in, I think there is a good chance that Liverpool can sign him. Why do I think he will choose Liverpool over Manchester City or Real Madrid? Let's think about it. Real Madrid, they have a team of superstars. There aren't really any players that are like, man, this guy, he's going to leave a legacy. Unless you're, Toni Kroos or Luka Modric or Benzema, who have been there almost their entire career and have stayed with that one team and built it up over time. Whereas you look at Camavinga or Valverde or Tchouaméni, these guys are young, but they're in. I'm making it sound like it's bad. It's not. They're in a group of superstars, and it's much harder to leave a legacy that you want. So Jude, there's nothing wrong with Madrid or their philosophies or their values. I just think that they're different from what Jude wants. I think he wants to be the Stevie Gerrard. He wants to leave his legacy. He wants to have a lasting imprint on the city, on the league, on his team. And whether or not he decides to go off to Real Madrid later and basically go to an all-star team, that's on him. But I think at this age, he is in the phase where he's building. He's building himself. And he wants to be a part of a team that is also building a new story. So if we look at Manchester City, while they're an amazing team, they have the assets, they have the coach, where's the story? Where is the pain and the struggle and the rise and the triumph? I don't personally see it. I don't see him coming in and lifting the city. I see him coming in and bathing in money. And that's not to say that Manchester City players are money hungry, but when you play for a club that has the financial power that they do, that is going to shape everything, every story, every win, every loss, every player that comes in, every player that goes out, everything. So how does Liverpool fit into this? They are to pull yourself up by the bootstraps, make your name, get your feet in the dirt, put your hands in the dirt, and you build yourself. And when Jude had the opportunity to go to Manchester United as a kid and decided to go to Borussia Dortmund instead, that should be a big sign of one, the type of player he is, but also the type of career that he wants to have and the type of legacy he wants to leave. Liverpool are not in good shape right now, but they're nowhere near in shambles as it's made out to be. They're in a rebuild, they're in transition. They should have started rebuilding the midfield earlier than they have, but That's why we do this now. So say we do get Jude Bellingham, and say we do it for £100 million. I don't know exactly what that'll equate to in euros, but between 110 and 120 million euros. And Borussia Dortmund say yes, we'll do it. Jude says yes to Liverpool, but he's going to say, well, I'm not going to be able to lift the midfield by myself. Who else is coming? Before we go on to some of the paid players, let's look at what's happening in Barcelona. So Gavi, he had his contract reverted to an academy player's contract. So he has the ability, and this is by the court, and it's being appealed by Barcelona, and basically he has the ability to leave on a free this summer if that decision is upheld. If the court decides that he is an academy player and his new contract that he signed not that long ago is invalid, then he can leave on a free. And with Barcelona's financial difficulties, are they going to be able to offer him the money or make it work so that they can keep him and keep him for his value? I don't know. We talked about two other players. Matheus Nunes from Wolves. Now, Liverpool had the opportunity of getting him earlier in the season. They passed. They should have gotten him at the very least because we need the feet. We need bodies in the squad. He will cost, from what I hear, between 35 to 50 million pounds, and I think that will largely depend on how he performs the rest of the season, as well as how desperate Wolves are to take that money. So that puts us 100 million to now we're at 140 million pounds. So we've got 60 million to play with. And hypothetically speaking, we've already got 3 midfielders. So we got 40 million to play with. Now there are 2 players left on the table. Now we could fill out a midfield if we sign Mason Mount and Enzo Le Fee, rising star in the French league, I believe. And he's not going to cost that much, but he's still going to eat into the finances. And you know that if there's a 200 million pound war chest out there, then FSG's not going to want to spend it all. They might say, hey, we've got 3 players, good, pocket that money, call it a day. But say they do want to spend all of it. Mason Mount, looking like he's increasingly likely to leave Chelsea, doesn't feel valued. We just brought in all these other stars, and it looks like Todd Bowley and management are willing to pay more money for more stars. Where does Mason Mount fit in this? He's only 24, still got time to continue developing, but he wants to win trophies. He wants to, again, leave a legacy. And Liverpool could be a place for him to do that. He'll cost, I believe, around 40 million pounds. He's got, I think, 18 months left on his contract. So it's not going to drive the price up too much because he could just leave on a free next year if he doesn't sign. So they're going to want to maximize his value in return. So that leaves us at 180. And then if Enzo Le Fee becomes 5 plus 10, who knows? I don't know what his value is right now. But then that's your 190. That's option 1. Let's take a step back. Let's say we don't go for Matheus Nunes. So we only go for Jude Bellingham. Try to get Gavi on the free. And Mason Mount, because we need to have the homegrown quota. And a little bit of a curveball. We know that Josko Vargo is a hot commodity. Liverpool need to build their center back ranks again. Joel Matip said, perhaps looking to leave on a free, leave at the end of this summer, or at the end of the season in the summer. And I think they're saying 15 to 20 million pounds for him. Knowing FSG, they're not going to say, oh, now we have 220 million pounds. I think it is realistic that Liverpool can get Gavi, Jude Bellingham, Mason Mount, and Josko Vargo if they're smart with their money and smart with their pitches. what can help even more is if the players say, Liverpool's the only place I want to go, you need to make this deal happen. That could help us. Now Liverpool aren't allowed to say, hey, this is, can you make that claim to your team? That'll be tampering, but players have voices. It's not like the NFL or NBA where, the players have had to fight for so much in order to have a say in their futures and their careers. Only the superstars in the NBA and NFL have that type of leverage, and you want to see a player have more autonomy in their career and where they go to play. And this could be a case where if Jurgen sells the project, sells the dream, sells the team, the city, the fans, the emotion, the story, the legacy, then that could be a game changer. I'm optimistic. I tend to be too optimistic. But let's see. Let's see what happens.